Hey dog lovers, did you know that female dogs can actually count better than males? I'm not kidding. Studies have shown that female dogs are more likely to notice when their treats don't add up. Mind-blowing, right? But hold on to your leashes, folks, because that's just the tip of the tail-wagging iceberg. Listen up, because today we're diving deep into the battle of the sexes, Canine edition. You might think you know everything about our four-legged friends, but trust me, you're in for some surprises that'll make your jaw drop faster than a dog spotting a squirrel. You see, we've all heard those classic stereotypes. Male dogs are more aggressive, females are easier to train, blah blah blah. But what's the real scoop? Are we just barking up the wrong tree with these assumptions? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because we're about to separate fact from fiction. Here's the thing. Choosing between a male and female dog isn't like picking between chocolate and vanilla ice cream, though both are pretty sweet deals. It's more like trying to solve a puzzle while your dog is stealing your socks. Complicated and full of surprises. Every day, pet parents worldwide scratch their heads wondering, should I get a boy or a girl dog? Will one be easier to train than the other? Which one is less likely to redecorate my garden with holes? These are the burning questions that keep potential dog owners up at night, right next to the age-old mystery of why dogs spin in circles before lying down. But fear not. By the end of this journey, you'll be a certified expert in the fascinating world of dog gender differences. Now, let's dig into the juicy stuff. The real differences that'll make you go, wow, my dog isn't crazy. They're just being themselves. First up, personality traits. You know how they say boys will be boys? Well, in the dog world, it's not that simple. Male dogs are like that one friend who never grew up. They're basically permanent teenagers. They're usually more goofy, more playful, and more likely to find themselves in hilarious situations. Picture this. Your male dog proudly bringing you a stolen underwear from the laundry basket, tail wagging like they just won the Nobel Prize. They're also the ones who will keep acting like puppies well into their adult years. Ever seen a 7-year-old male dog still chasing their tail? Yep, that's totally normal. On the flip paw, female dogs are often the CEOs of your household. They're like that friend who has their life together and judges your life choices, but in the most loving way possible. They tend to be more independent, better at focusing on tasks, and masters of the side eye when you're doing something they don't approve of. While your male dog is busy trying to catch flies, your female is probably plotting world domination, or at least figuring out how to get extra treats. But here's where it gets interesting. When it comes to training, the differences might surprise you. Remember that whole females are easier to train thing? Well, hold on to your treat bag, because that's not always true. The real secret isn't in their gender, it's in their personality and how well you understand their unique quirks. Let's talk about energy levels. And boy or girl, this is where things get really interesting. You might think male dogs are the Energizer bunnies of the canine world, but plot twist, it's not that straightforward. Male dogs are like that friend who's always up for an adventure, until they're not. They tend to have these massive bursts of energy. Imagine a rocket-powered furball zooming around your house, followed by equally impressive crash-and-burn nap sessions. One minute they're bouncing off the walls, the next they're snoring louder than your uncle at Thanksgiving dinner. Female dogs, though, they're the marathon runners of the dog world. Instead of those crazy energy spikes, they usually maintain a more steady pace. Think of them as the responsible friend who says, maybe we should pace ourselves? They're more likely to have consistent energy throughout the day, making them easier to schedule around. But don't be fooled. When they decide it's playtime, they can definitely keep up with the boys. Now here's something that'll blow your mind. Both male and female dogs can be equally stubborn, but they show it in completely different ways. Male dogs are like that friend who pretends they can't hear you when you tell them to stop doing something. They'll give you this adorable, who me, look while continuing to do exactly what they're not supposed to do. Female dogs, on the other hand, are the queens of passive resistance. They'll sit there, look you dead in the eye, and simply refuse. It's like they're saying, I heard you, I understood you, and I've decided that's going to be a no from me, dog. And now, folks, we're getting to the most mind-blowing difference between male and female dogs, something that even experienced dog owners often don't realize. It's all about how they solve problems and process information. Female dogs are basically the Sherlock Holmes of the canine world. They're more likely to stop and think before acting, which makes them incredible problem solvers. Watch a female dog with a puzzle toy. She'll study it, try different approaches, and methodically work out how to get that treat. Meanwhile, male dogs? They're more likely to use the "if brute force isn't working, you're not using enough of it" approach. They'll paw, push, and possibly try to charm their way to success with those irresistible puppy eyes. This difference in problem-solving approaches shows up in the most hilarious ways. When a ball rolls under the couch, a female dog will often try to figure out the best angle to reach it, or even go around to the other side. A male dog? He's more likely to just bark at it repeatedly, as if trying to intimidate the ball into rolling back out. It's like watching someone try to fix their computer by yelling at it. Entertaining, but not exactly effective. But here's the real kicker. This difference in thinking styles actually affects how they interact with their human families. Female dogs are more likely to pick up on subtle emotional cues and adjust their behavior accordingly. They're the ones who somehow know you've had a bad day before you even say anything. Male dogs, while equally loving, show their support more enthusiastically. Think of them as the friend who tries to cheer you up by cannonballing into a pool. So, what's the bottom line in this whole male versus female dog debate? Well, here's the truth that might make you spit out your coffee. The differences aren't nearly as important as we make them out to be. Gasp! Yes, you heard that right. While all these differences we've talked about are real and hilarious, here's the real scoop. Every dog is as unique as your aunt's secret recipe that everyone pretends to love at family gatherings. The personality traits we associate with male or female dogs are just general tendencies, kind of like horoscopes, but with more tail wagging. What really matters isn't whether you choose a boy or girl dog, but rather finding a furry friend whose personality matches your lifestyle. Whether you end up with a female who thinks she's a drill sergeant or a male who believes he's a lapdog, despite weighing 100 pounds. What matters most is the bond you create and the love you share. But hey, don't just take my word for it. I want to hear from all of you dog parents out there. Does your male dog break all the stereotypes? Is your female the goofball of the family? Drop a comment below and share your experiences. Remember, whether you're team boy dog or team girl dog, we can all agree on one thing. Dogs are the best thing that ever happened to humans, and we don't deserve them. Now go give your four-legged friend a hug. They've probably been staring at you this whole time wondering why you're not petting them.